Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am here doing one of my most requested videos over on my daily vlogging channel, which is my makeup routine for the winter. People have been leaving such kind comments saying that they want to know about the products that I am using. They're loving this berry lip color and the highlight that I've going on, the glowy sort of thing. I really enjoy doing more of a glowy look for the winter because I feel like with it being dark and drab and rainy and cold outside, the way I bring some warmth into my life is by making this dewy sort of glowy look, and I have absolutely loved doing this for the winter. I did this over the holidays and have continued this as my routine. So if you are interested, keep watching. I have no makeup on right now. I washed my face in my shower, but I want to make sure that any bacteria or sweat or oil or anything that is on my face right now doesn't get trapped on my face with the layer of makeup. So I'm going to use the Garnier Micellar Cleansing Water. I'm just going to wet a cotton pad and just sweep it over my face, especially under my eyes, because sometimes like the mascara that I'll take off in the shower or last night, like if I wash my face, it'll like melt down, and this is a really great way to make sure that it's all taken off and you don't have, you know, weird looking melting makeup underneath the makeup that you just put in. See, it even got stuff that my washing my face this morning didn't get. I love this stuff. And make sure that's all dry while I'm waiting for that to dry down, because you're not supposed to rinse it or rub it off. It's supposed to be like really gentle on your skin. You're not supposed to rub. I'm just gonna make sure that any stray eyebrows are taken care of. 1 minute or even 30 seconds before I put my makeup on every day, go in and fix the little strays. But my eyebrows grow back really fast because of all that Italian and Jewish heritage that I have. I recently discovered the craze that everyone has been doing using the Nivea Men Post Shave Balm. I have it in the sensitive formula and I'm loving it. It's amazing. So I just pat that into my skin, especially in the T-zone under my eyes where I want my concealer to really stay. I'll bring it down under my neck too, so that I don't have a line where it does stick and place where it doesn't. So, and the second ingredient in this is glycerin. Ooh, hit my Adam's apple there. The second ingredient in this is glycerin, which makes things stick. And I want my makeup to stick to my face. I actually start with concealer first and then I move on to foundation. With the Maybelline Fit Me concealer in 15 Fair, I'm just gonna draw these triangle shapes under my eyes and dab it on any areas of redness or any blemishes or zits that I have, which thank goodness I don't have a lot right now. And then I'm gonna blend it in with my Real Techniques buffing brush. Now I am using the Maybelline Fit Me Dewy and Smooth foundation in 110 Porcelain, which is the lightest shade it comes in. I pretty much do the lightest of anything. I'm just going to dot this on my face, and by the way, my hands are clean. Evenly distributed little dots on my face. And then I'm gonna take that same buffing brush and blend this in. Make sure to bring it all the way to the hairline so there's no awkward lines of demarcation. I always make sure to go under this ear part here and down underneath my jawline, under the other ear. And I always put just a little dab on each ear so that my ears don't look shiny and like raw skin compared to my face. Yes, we are going for a glowy, dewy look, but I don't want my ears to be shiny. Now I'm going to set my face. You've seen me use this before. It's the Rimmel Stay Matte. My little top to it cracked. Thanks, Judy. And I've hit pan on it. I love this stuff. This is like, I don't know, probably my 10th thing that I've had of this. And I just do the transparent color. I don't want to put any extra color on my face right now because I think it looks fake. For this, I am using the Eco Tools blush brush. I have one of these for powder and another for blush. I just put an even spread all over my face at first, And then I have 2 of these e.l.f. Flawless concealer brushes. One I use to do like more detailed setting powder, and then the other one I use to blend my eyeshadow. And make sure to add a little extra powder to make sure that concealer doesn't go anywhere. And then around my nose and on my chin. That last little bit that I have on here, I just fluff onto my eyelids. Now I'm going to contour a little bit. I just recently got into contouring. I've been practicing it for probably a year, but not doing it regularly, and now I am doing it more regularly. This is an off-brand contour palette. It's lightly scented, so people might have sensitivities to it, but I just got it off of Amazon. And it works really well, and it actually has this like banana yellow powder here, which is good for brightening up the under eye area, but I don't need that today, so I'm just going to use this lighter brown tone, and I think they are spot on with the tones in this palette, because it's definitely a cool brown versus a warm brown like a bronzer. And when you use a cool brown tone to do contouring, it creates lifelike shadows versus just like brown on your face that looks like you streaked your bronzer. So I'm using the Real Techniques angled brush for this. I just pat a little bit on and then tap it off, and I find where my cheekbone is. Sometimes you gotta make a face, and I just apply it really lightly at first, making sure that I am blending it evenly into that hollow of my cheek. And I don't try to do too much because my face is already kind of thin. If you've seen my pregnancy vlogs, you see how much rounder my face used to be. And since losing weight after having the boys, it's really gotten thinner. So I don't want to accentuate the thin or look gaunt in any way. I just want to enhance the structure that I already have. So I got that, and then I will put a little bit, you can see that there is a shadow here on my temples. I'll just dab just a little bit onto that shadow just to enhance it. And then the other place that I put it is right at my hairline. Just a sweep there, a sweep on the other side. You see I have this heart-shaped hairline, totally widow's peak going on. And then if I have a little bit extra on the brush, I will just sweep some underneath my jaw, but I don't focus on that all too much because I like the way my jaw looks. I'm gonna take this EcoTools eye shading brush. I have 2 of these, one for eyeshadow and one for contouring my nose. So I'm gonna take that same color from this contour palette and put a little down each side of my nose, and then a little bit on the tip of my nose to shorten my nose a little bit. I'm going to grab my Real Techniques buffing brush again, which already has a little bit of the concealer and foundation that I use, and that will just help smooth out any harsh lines that is there because of my contouring. I swear half of the time that I spend doing my makeup is spent blending. It looks good to me. Gonna add a little bit of color to my cheeks with my Wet n Wild Color Icon blusher in Heather Silk. It's my favorite color for years and years. Oh my gosh, a little bit goes a long way. I think I have used 2 of these, maybe 3 in 10 years. So, because I started wearing this when I was 13. I mean, literally just a little tap. And then you gotta tap it off because it is so ridiculously pigmented that, I mean, look already. When Weston was doing my makeup for Husband Does My Makeup tag that we did on our vlogging channel, man, he did not realize that you just need a very little bit of this, and he started to make me look like a clown. Now on to eyes next. I try to keep my eye routine pretty simple. I love this color, and it's the Wet n Wild. It's like the eyeshadow singles that they make, and this one is called Nutty, and it's just this really pretty taupey, sort of a grayish taupe. I use my middle finger to pat it on to my lid here, from the inner corner to the outer corner, just focusing on the lower part of my lid. And then I'm gonna use from the It's Judy Time palette from BH Cosmetics. Shout out to my girl Judy. I'm going to use this really dark sparkly plum color. I'm just gonna tap it into that color just right on the tip. And I'm going to pat it very gently into, and stretching my eyelid up, I'm going to pat it very gently into that crease. And I'm going to be blending this out, so being precise is not my main focus. I want to put it in the right spot, and I really try not to bring it too high just for the shape of my eyelid, but I bring it all the way over. Gonna do the same thing on the other eye. I'm gonna blend this harshness out with that e.l.f. Flawless Concealer brush that I use, the one that I use for blending eyeshadows. And windshield wiper motions, round motions, whatever it takes. I usually blend from the outside to the inside of my eye because I don't want to be pushing any of that color farther past this area. Now, if I was doing more of a nighttime look, I would keep building and blending and building and blending, but since this is for the daytime and I don't want to look too vampy, I'm gonna blend it just to this point here. And then I'm going to take my ColourPop Super Shock Cheek. This is a highlighter that I use, but I also pat it onto the center of my lid. It's in Smoke and Whistles, and I'm just gonna use my middle finger here and pat it here into the inner corner area, and concentrate the color more on the inner corner and then blend it out a little bit as I go farther toward the outer corner of my eye. Now I'm gonna grab my Wet n Wild Mega Liner. Normally I use the dark brown. They didn't have it in stock when I was purchasing more. So I've got it in the black, which I try not to have my eyeliner be too harsh, so we'll see how this goes. I load up the eyeliner and I start in the middle of my eyelid and work to the outside so that the majority of what was on this little brush gets put at the widest part of my eye. And then I work, not dipping it back in, I work from the inner corner to over, and I smooth the line, making sure I don't have any catches or wrinkles or anything in the eyeliner. And I do bring it out just a little bit. Sometimes I'll do a wing. Today, since it's an everyday look, I'm not going that extreme. This is just a completely off-brand little set that I got, again, from Amazon. And it's this little, under eye. I use this little brush to put some color. Whatever color that I used in my crease is usually what I put under my eye. And so I'm gonna take that same color from the It's Judy Time palette and pick it up here. And then put it under my eye, starting from the outer corner into the inner corner, so that the concentration of product is toward the outside of my eye. Now, before I put my mascara on, I always do my eyebrows. I have this Nanu brand eyebrow pencil that I use. A lot of the products I use I get at Daiso, or they're like Japanese or Korean beauty products. This is my favorite, by far, the best eyebrow pencil. It costs $1 at Daiso. It is amazing. Let me know in the comments if you guys would like to see me do a video on my detailed eyebrow routine. And now for my favorite part, which is mascara. I use the Voluminous False Fiber Lashes in black lacquer from, this is L'Oreal, the only L'Oreal product I've ever used in my life. And I brush down on the top of my lashes first, and then I brush up. Once the first layer is drying over here, I'm gonna do the same thing on this side. And of course I get a spot on the bridge of my nose. Of course I do. It happens every day. A little Q-tip and spit goes a long ways when fixing that bridge of the nose issue. Eyes are done. So I am going in with that ColourPop Super Shock Cheek and Smoke and Whistles. This is like my most recent favorite item of my life. You guys, I love this. And I just use it's called the Finishing Brush by EcoTools. I assume I'm using it for the right purpose because I am finishing my face by doing this. This is the last step I do on my face before I go onto the lips. And I will add a little bit of highlight, and this is where the glow really happens. I just load up the very tip of this brush here, and I sweep it from the middle of my eye up to my hairline here, very lightly at first. This stuff really builds, so you don't want to put it on too harshly. there is just this glow highlight on the side of my cheeks. Final step, and I change this up every other day, it seems like. These are another favorite product that I am just absolutely loving. It is the Revlon Ultra HD Matte Lip Color. I have it in the nude shade and also this really deep plum shade called Addiction. I can't remember what the nude shade is, and I peeled the label off of this, but I will put it in the description box. Today, since I have these already sort of dark sort of colored earrings on, got oxblood colored pants on, I'm going to put this on. And I underline my lips at first, fill it in, and then make sure that I'm going right exactly to that line of my lips. I hardly ever overline. And now once everything is filled in, I will let it dry down, and then I'll just put one more layer on, and this stuff lasts forever, and it's very transfer proof. And there you have it. That is how I do my makeup for the winter time, making sure that I have that glow coming through, because wintertime, as we all know, is very drying and drab, and I don't want to feel that way. I would like to do my winter skincare routine for you all, so if that's a video that you would like to see, let me know by leaving a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. I do mommy and lifestyle vlogs. Leave a comment below letting me know if you use any of the products that I used today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.
Weston and I plan to make every effort to homeschool the boys. So let's see, they are a year old, and that means that we would be starting homeschooling in like 3 or 4 years, depending on when I start doing some preschool stuff with them. And I'm really excited about the idea of homeschooling them. I was homeschooled, Weston was homeschooled, we live in a big homeschooling community.